legal speed limits, enforcement, safety, and risks in speed regulations. The limits limiting the maximum speed at which we can travel rank first among traffic laws in importance. In the United States, every inch of a public road is subject to speed restriction legislation and regulations. Driving is inherently dangerous for the driver as well as everyone else on or near the road. In order to reduce this risk and ensure the safety of all road users, speed limits are set. The majority of speed limits refer to the top speed that a driver may travel along that section of road. This is due to the fact that the chance of getting hurt or injuring someone increases generally as you travel faster. As the speed rises, less control over their automobiles is exercised by drivers. Less time is available for drivers to react to risks. Reduced vehicle traction on the surface of the road. If a car collides, the damage it causes will be worse. The overall stopping distance of a vehicle increases. Whether it is stated in state law or is just marked on the real route, every road in the United States has a maximum speed limit. In contrast, only a relatively small number of routes have a minimum speed restriction. Except on some high-speed highways where vehicle traveling much slower than other vehicles might present a hazard, the probability of a collision often diminishes the slower a vehicle is moving. There are typically minimum speed limits on certain roads. Driver risk and speed limits. So how are speed limits decided upon? A road's top speed limit is a reflection of the risks and potential hazards that might be present while driving there. The maximum speed restriction is likely to be lower the more complicated the situation is. For instance, most jurisdictions limit speeds in residential and commercial zones to 30 miles per hour or less because these regions typically contain many risk-increasing characteristics, such as 1. Regular traffic lights at which vehicles must stop, yield, or turn. 2. There is a lot of foot traffic. 3. A wide variety of road users, including automobiles, trucks, buses, delivery vans, bicycles, and motorcycles. 4. There are a lot of distractions. For instance, traffic lights, advertisements, foot traffic on the sidewalk, and car horns. 5. Restrictions on visibility, including trees, buildings, and street decor. Limited access highways, on the other hand, have no crossings, no pedestrian traffic, minimal distractions, and excellent visibility. These highways have the highest maximum speed restrictions in the nation as a result. Whatever the posted speed limit is on the route you are now traveling on, it is crucial to carefully adhere to it. Every individual on the road is in grave danger if you don't adhere to posted speed restrictions or reduce your speed when the weather is bad for driving. Enforcement of speed limits. Controlling speed is one of the most important intervention strategies, according to the World Health Organization, WHO, for lowering traffic-related fatalities worldwide. Because it is now considered to be so crucial to identify and discourage speeding drivers, several states now allow the use of automated speed limit enforcement tools, like speed cameras, to detect violators. Currently, 13 states have passed legislation making it illegal to employ speed cameras other than in very specific situations. Currently, there are active speed cameras installed in at least one location each in the District of Columbia and 12 states. Traffic police officers are alert for speeding drivers even in high-risk locations where automated speed enforcement equipment are not in use. Drivers who violate the speed limit may be given the following depending on the seriousness of the incident and if it was a first offense. A fine. The United States has a wide range of speeding fines. For a first violation, speeders in Ohio may be fined up to $150, for a second offense, $250, and for a third offense, $500. If there is an accident or death, there will be further fines of $500 to $1,000. License tiers. A directive to take the required traffic school course. A short-term suspension. Revocation of a license. A period of imprisonment. This normally only applies to second or third time offenders or when a speeding infraction leads in someone else being hurt or killed. For significant first-time offenders, several states may impose a brief jail term, often between 3 and 10 days. Selecting a secure speed. Finding the posted speed limit for the road you're on is the first step in determining a safe pace to drive at. But it's not the end of the process. The best road, weather, and traffic conditions are used to determine speed limits. You will need to travel slower than the posted speed limit to maintain safety if any of these factors are not ideal. We also consider the repercussions that could result from your failure to select a safe speed. United States-wide speed limits. Next, we'll talk about the various speed restrictions and laws that exist across the country. As was previously mentioned, different regions and kinds of roads have various standard speed restrictions. These will differ across the United States because they are uniquely set by each state government. Additionally, these prima facie or normal speed limits are not always applicable. When the risk involved with a particular roadway necessitates it, states have the authority to impose higher or lower speed restrictions by installing regulation road signs. When to use a lower speed? There will be a ton of times when you have to travel at a slower speed than the posted maximum or even minimum speed limit. Although going slower is frequently required by law, going faster is never necessary or permissible. You never have the option to drive at a dangerous speed thanks to a traffic legislation or a traffic control equipment. If you are observed traveling at a speed that is unsafe under the circumstances, you will receive a ticket for driving at excessive speeds, dangerous driving, or another infraction that best fits your crime. Motorists must slow down when driving in congested areas, in clement weather, around youngsters, at night, while pulling another vehicle, or when there are animals in the area. In this crucial, concluding essay, these topics are thoroughly discussed.